Cram with me while making Konan's Akatsuki costume from Naruto Shippuden. Let's go!
First, I prepared the cloud design in front of the cloak. I've printed the cloud design just to make sure I get it right. I chose a thick leather for the cloud base. I've traced it at the back of the leather and then cut it with a sharp cutter. It is important to have a sharp blade when cutting a crafted material, just to avoid those unwanted bumpy edges. All I need is the edge only, so I just set aside this middle part. After I cut it, I just stick it on the red fabric of the cloud and just set it aside. I've also prepared the pattern of the main cloak. What you see here is a curtain. I bought it on a very cheap price. What caught my attention is the texture of this fabric. I bought this curtain a year ago and thinking it would be perfect with one of my costumes. You can also try this option. These beads are from a thrifted top. When I saw that, I just immediately buy it because I can use these beads. Not the top, but the beads, bro. If I buy these beads online, the price will be doubled or tripled. So next, I've cut the main fabric of the cloak. Love the texture of this fabric. When I'm choosing a fabric, I make sure that it fits the whole aesthetic of the costume. I want my costume to have textures because it just gives character to it. Like, you know what I mean, guys? Back to the curtain fabric, I use these as the front red design of the cloak. So this will serve as the edge of the opening. So I just pin this and just simply sew it. The design is so good on this because it's like a ninja pattern for this. And I also use this as the lining inside. I always use lining on my costume because it just gives a clean finish when you just open the costume, right? After with the red accent, I now then cut the cloud and put it at the center of the cloak. So this will gonna prepare me to embroider it. Now you see the effect of the thick leather when you embroidered the logo. It just gives thickness to it, like it's professionally finished. I make sure that every round of stitch is clean and straight. It just gives a very neat finish. And you know what? I've finished this whole embroidery for like 6 hours in total. As you can see, this is the look of the finished embroidered piece and it's so clean and so nice. Next one is installing the beads that I've thrifted. It's so nice because the spike is so big. I love putting details to my costume because it just gives a different vibe of the costume. I've installed the spike beads just inside of the cloud, especially some corners of it. So I just simply sew the beads on the fabric by a thick thread, just for reinforcements. This is what I finished with the spike beads on the cloud design. I've attempted to put these big beads on the white edge, but it's just too crowded for me and it's just too big and it covers the embroidered design.
My second option was these metal nuts.
This is usually used for screws and it's so small, perfect for some designs. I love the effect on this design. Just gives an additional accent to it without overpowering the embroidered design. It's just perfect. So this is the look of the cloak after I sew everything. I don't need to make the sleeves longer because I'm gonna cover it with a paper design. Since I'm going to make the Paper Angel costume design of Konan.
After that process, I just proceed on installing the magnetic buttons for the cloak. I don't feel using zipper for this cloak because just imagine, I think zipper is not a thing before in Konoha. There are two traditional for it. But you know, it's just my opinion.
but I'm still thinking of other alternatives for the bottoms.
Next one is the paper design of the cloak. So I use EVA foam. And there I just got some squares.
I choose this material because EVA is easy to warp by heat.
I've got like 2 rolls of EVA foam. It's still like not enough. Just me and my cloak on this video. Yeah. I proceed of installing this after I've cut all those squares. So I just put them all randomly.
And I also make sure that it's not messy.
So there's the sleeves, the front, and also the back portion of it. I glue the rest of the phone at the bottom part of the cloak. I use cyanoacrylate glue. This is the final result after I've put all of the paper design. Then I spray paint the upper part of the foam just to give a radiant finish
Between the fabric and the EVA foam.
So this is the look after I've painted it. Make sure to control the spray paint carefully so I won't overpower the paint.
So let's proceed baking the paper wings.
I removed the cover and the batteries and just remove the speaker. What you just heard doesn't really suit the vibe of the paper wings, so let's just remove the speaker.
I wanted to take the wings a step further, so I added a mechanical system to make them move dynamically.
There, no more sounds.
So this is my friend Tony just helping me cutting the pea foam material. And do you know what? I made this just before the event. I used pea foam as the base material of the paper wings because I wanted them to be as lightweight as possible, especially since I plan to make them dynamic and have them move. I use a wire for the boning of the wings for support.
I attached the polyethylene foam with hot glue to the wire,
as well as to secure the individually cut pieces of the pea foam.
I also reinforced the wires inside with hot glue just to make sure it won't move. Testing how it moves, and it moves just fine. Yeah. This is what it looks like during the event, and somehow I have some realizations with my materials, especially the EVA foam. I haven't calculated on how I sit down with these EVA foams, so I think I'm going to replace this material soon. But I've clutched this costume for just less than a week, so it's not that bad though. Maybe sometime soon I'm going to make her inner clothes made of leather, I think. Yeah.
I hope you learned something, and thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Follow for more.